You know, sometimes we talk about anti-black racism. Some people just don't get it until they hear it from the mouth of the folks. So I want you to hear what this young woman has to say, because this things we've been talking about, but it gives a little insight into the mindset of their community.
My name is Kylie, and I'd like to explain this analogy for the reason I make my content. Growing up as a white person, you are taught that everything you do is rooted in merit. So all of these CEOs who have earned their positions, it's because they are truly the best qualified for the job. Sexism, racism, etc., none of that exists. And in fact, our country has completely healed from the time of the Civil War when white people had enslaved people based upon their race. So now everything is perfectly equal. And if you don't work hard, that is why you end up in the position that you end up with. Systemic inequalities aren't real. Police departments aren't racist. And in fact, if you do the right thing, you will always succeed and you will always have good things come to you. Sort of a just world hypothesis situation. You don't even learn about racism until you're 15 or 16. So in many ways, the knowledge of white people about racism, whether it's something they say or do or participate in unknowingly, it's about the knowledge of like a kindergartner. So that's why something that seems obvious to you or to other people who have grown up experiencing racism is not at all obvious to white people, which is why I make the content that I do, to encourage white people to be actively anti-racist and to stop doing these things that I call out in my videos.
Well, for them to even think that they have obtained anything out of merit is kind of comical, at the least, really. I mean, you forgot the 250 years of slavery, the 100 years of Jim Crow. I mean, you kind of forgot that and how you took advantage and sabotage black progress and everything else, but yeah, you got it by merit. Okay, I guess if you call slavery and Jim Crow and black codes and the Klan, all that merit, I don't know. I can't really speak on people's mind who just don't live on planet Earth. But when she was talking about racism or how they just don't feel it or understand it, why would they? Like, think about it. Why would they endure any kind of or feel the weight of racism? They're the perpetrators of it. They're not the receivers of it. See, the receivers, like FBAs, know the weight of racism, know the problem it is, know about discrimination, because we are constantly being discriminated against based on color, right? And we know race is a social construct. We know this, right? We already know this. So with that being said, is that why would they know anything? That's why they always come in to ask us questions about it, because they are the perpetrator of the racism and we are the victims of the racism. Then on top of that, they try to come and tell you why you make everything about race while victimizing you with racism. Then they sit up here and say, I don't see color, when clearly you do, because you created a whole system based off of race. So you do see color. Because if you come tell me, well, I just don't see color, and I can't talk to you no more because you're not being honest. You're just not being honest. And one thing I don't have time for is to talk to people who's not being honest. Just be honest. Say, hey, yes, I do see color. Oh, yes. And the system that was created was based off of that. You can't, it's not, I want y'all to know, folks, it's not an impressive thing to say, I don't see color. It's not also impressed to say I have a black friend. Oh, my best friend's black. That don't mean anything. That don't mean a thing. Because you can have a quote unquote black best friend and still be an anti-black racist. So that don't really make us feel any better at all. You want to make black people feel better? Let's see your actions. Let's see your track record of what you have done for the FBA community. But for them to understand quote unquote racism, no, that's like asking someone like Jeffrey Dahmer, how does it feel when you were doing this to people? He wasn't the people. He can't explain it from the area of the people. He can only explain it from his position as the person that was taking the lives of the people the lives he took. You understand? So that's just kind of how I look at it. It's nothing to really explain. That's why they always ask those questions. But I told y'all, you wanted some answers from me, it's going to